Rams fans, good morning. I am Sheriff Joe Baggs. The Rams are still out, and I don't know if you guys if it's accepted that. It still hurts, still sucks. We're still here to talk about it. So I'm Sheriff Joe Baggs. This is Tuna and the Sheriff. That's Tuna. What's up, man?
Good morning. Welcome to the Rams therapy session hosted by the Sheriff, where if you are upset and you can't find your emergency exits on your way to Cabo, we will help direct you. If you need Wi-Fi passwords, make sure to ask your nearest Eagles or 49ers fan because we're all together on vacation. How are you doing,
Yeah,
Sheriff Joe Baggs? We're weekend.
we are, man. We're getting there. I don't think it's fully settled in yet. Rams House told me that he watched the mic'd up or whatever for this game, and he was like
Uh,
that. He's like that hurt so bad, and I was like, "You're watching that way too soon, dude." It's like, come on. It's like you can't just pour that alcohol right onto that brand new wound, man. That's tough business, man. So we'll get there, man. We'll get
I'm
there.
like I'm like a petty, jealous ex-girlfriend where like anything Super Bowl related, I'm like, ugh, that's who they're with now.
Like, I
She's
don't know.
ugly.
I don't know too, if I'm just being bitter, but like the fact I'm very vocal about hating the fact that when teams do same color jersey and pants, and both teams are doing that, and so I was already like, yeah. And then you see all the stupid
Yeah.
patches on the jersey, and it's like, God, what are we doing? And it's like I don't know if I'm just being
I
bitter
hate them.
or or if it really does look
No,
stupid as hell, which I choose
dude,
that.
I would have been so pissed if like you're imagine you're so excited to see the Rams play. You're like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
all the hype, all the media, and they're like, oh, here's the official uniforms, and you get like 18 different patches, and they're hideous. I'd be pissed. I'd be like, look what they done to my boy.
For
What did
real.
they do to Stafford?
It's like
Imagine Stafford with look like a fucking NASCAR
that's
sponsorship.
literally what I said today. I was like, "What is this, NASCAR?" I was like, "This is absolutely absurd." That USA patch looks absolutely ridiculous. And this is one that I was not saying vocally because the Rams were still in the running, but this is also the worst Super Bowl logo probably ever. I hated this one, so I think it looks terrible. I think it's a rough logo. So yeah, I don't know. Again, back to my original comment. I don't know if I'm just being bitter because the Rams aren't in it, or if this actually really does
Here,
look so
just in
stupid.
case,
Yeah.
everyone hasn't seen it.
Oh, and you had to use
Uh,
them
what
too.
what what we're talking about? Yeah, I know. Hide your eyes. Like we are like I already drew a line. I was pissed when the NBA started doing this more and more. It still irritates me. Like seeing the big Amika thing on Celtics jerseys is frustrating. Look what they're doing. Like this is a testing ground,
Yeah,
so that way they can start doing it more and more because we all know these super small family businesses of these NFL teams, they need every dollar they can get. Um, they need these advertisements, guys. So it's going to become NASCAR.
it
They're going to have stuff on the back at some point too.
it is. I actually said that when the Rams introduced these new uniforms and that little patch on the side. I was like, "Oh,
Uh huh.
this is us. This is them getting us used to seeing something on the front of the jersey off to the side."
Absolutely.
That was like my first thought was like, "Oh, that's gonna say IKEA or Best Buy at some point because the colors will match and like and it'll just work, you know." So yeah, but
Yeah, this is weird.
I
I don't
saw
know.
I'll be honest, man, the time of Super Cup stuff that hurt my feelings the most is literally when the NFL posted him in his Seahawks Super Bowl jersey next to him in his Rams Super Bowl jersey, and I think that's like the first time that I was like, "Oh my god, Cooper Cup is gone." Like, it took all the way. We played him 3 times this year. It took all the way till this for me to be like, "Oh, man, I love Cooper Cup." Like, so that's where I'm at this morning, so that's fun.
Hurts. I'm sure for no logic or reason, I'll look at the Cooper Cup jersey staring at me in my closet, calling to me like the Green Goblin mask to put him on for one more ride. But I probably won't do that. Speaking of Cooper Cup, did you catch any wind of that Michael Silver report? I do want to ask you about that and your thoughts on it.
I did not.
Michael Silver, known Los Angeles Rams hater. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know why he hates the Rams so much because this is the same guy who, ever since the Goff trade, he's just like poked the bear every chance he can get. Where it's like, oh, the Rams screwed over Goff, screwed over Goff, screwed over Goff. Um, Wrote about just completely taking Cooper Cup's words that the Rams forced him out and tried to convince him to retire, and then went to other teams saying, nah, he's damaged goods, don't sign him. That's what Michael Silver is reporting. Of course, his article has no quotes from the Rams organization, no sources from the Rams side. It's one-sided, taking thoughts and opinions from Cooper Kupp's camp, which is wild.
I'll be honest, that doesn't feel like something the Rams would do.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't know the inner workings. It could be this evil empire that's run by Tony Pastors and Les Snead and Kevin Demoff and those guys. They could be putting on this crazy front or something like that we don't understand, and they're like just out to get everybody. But covering this team for as long as I have, following this team for as long as I have, none of that feels real. None of like the report of the Rams saying to other teams, "Don't sign him." That does not feel real at all. I could see that being like if Kyle Shanahan was like asking Sean, like, "Yo, what's up with Cooper?" Like, "Nah, man, you don't want him." And as like I don't want to go against him twice a year. Don't do that to me. Like, I could see that more realistically than I could see them being like, "No, you don't want him, guys. He's a bummer." Like, I don't know. Doesn't feel real.
The only time I would, if I am literally Sean McVay 1-for-1, yeah, if Mike McDonald or Kyle Shanahan are calling me, asking me about my like guy who should be retiring as a Ram, hey, how is he really? Yeah, I'm gonna fucking say, oh no, man, he's terrible. I don't want him in the division. I could see that. Like, yeah, of course I would tell the Seahawks, no, don't sign him because I don't want you to.
Yeah.
Because look, but yeah, I think people are riding the wave. There's confusion between even when I was saying how the Rams have made questionable decisions, including the Ernest Jones thing. I think these are always separate cases. I don't think that it's a I still don't think they handled that properly. I know the Rams, especially Sean McVay, he gets like word vomit, and they don't handle post transactions very well. Kind of puts his foot in his mouth, but I don't think they have like bad intentions. I don't think they're ill-willed. I don't think that's a thing at all.
And again, we just don't know the full story. As far as the Cooper Kupp aspect goes, we do kind of feel like it's true that he didn't want to go, and we were like, it's time. Like that feels real.
Yeah.
That totally checks out. The Ernest Jones stuff, what I'm going to guess, and this is purely a guess, I don't have any inside knowledge here. My guess is that he asked for a number. He asked for money and was like, hey, I'm a captain. I'm your green dot. What's going on here? What are we doing? Because at that time that he was traded too, it was about time where you would expect that negotiations would maybe begin, something like that. So I'm guessing that he kind of went in and with a number that was so not in line with the Rams, and instead of just letting him play out his contract, they tried to recoup something. And I know that they didn't get much for him, but also the timing of the trade was just like, there has to be something like that. And maybe it's not a money thing. Maybe there was something else. Maybe he was asking for something. Maybe the Rams were trying to get him to do something and it was just not there. But trade him to the Tennessee Titans, like out of nowhere, seemingly. And I mean, that one, what I can confidently say is just, we do not know and probably will never know exactly what happened there. What we do know and we can confirm is Ernest Jones hates us. And I mean, is that reasonable? Probably. I mean, I've always been an Ernest Jones fan. I always liked him. I have nothing bad to say about him. I wish that I didn't have to see him smoke a cigar while celebrating a win over the Rams to go to the Super Bowl. That hurts my feelings. But other than that, he's a great player, man. I mean, I wish he was still here. Can you imagine if our combo was Jones and Landman? I mean, that wouldn't have happened because Jones is still here. I don't think we get Landman, but I can dream, right?
But that's the whole, like, it's all tied together. The Ernest Jones thing, I agree that we will never know, not until like Ernest Jones is retired and in 10 years he just like is on a podcast and tells what happened. I think at some point it comes out.
I don't think
the frustrating part is even if he wanted money, like you mean to tell me what was he going to hold out? Okay, you didn't have him anyways. Like you didn't even try. Like, was there really going to be a holdout? Were you worried about his injury? Like he was playing just fine. And the fact you traded, like, if he was going to ask for such a big number, and you only got that for trade compensation. That like it just doesn't add up and how quickly it happened.
Well,
And then dumping him to the Tennessee Titans is
yeah.
insane to me.
Well,
And
that's the
then I
thing.
know
It may
Muad'Dib
not
had
have
a
been money.
comment.
That's what I'm saying. It may not have been money. I'm just spitballing
Yeah,
here.
I have my own theories. That's for another. It's for another like its own episode. But Muad'Dib's comment in here that he got traded twice in one season. I don't think that's really on Jones. That's like timing. The Tennessee Titans were in sell mode, like they were doing a fire sale, and Jones was like, he just
Honestly,
got there, so they have no allegiances to him. And if I'm Ernest Jones' agent, and I no, if I'm Ernest Jones, I'm telling my agent, hey, if an NFC West
yes, that's
team
what I
wants to
was saying.
trade for me, yeah, you pick up that call like
Well,
right away.
that's what I was
Like,
gonna
of
say.
course,
Was going to the Tennessee Titans, and very realistic at some point there. It's like, hey, we're selling, we're not hitting this hard kind of thing. And I'm sure that Ernest Jones maybe like send me to an NFC West team. It's like they didn't put a poison pill
yeah,
in that trade. It's like the Cowboys with Micah Parsons. They have a thing in their trade deal with the Green Bay Packers that the Packers are not allowed to trade Micah Parsons to an NFC East team within X amount of years. Otherwise, they get picks back.
yeah,
So it's like
yeah,
one of those. We didn't do that. We didn't put a poison pill in our trade. So we could have said, hey, you can't trade him to an NFC West team. Simply put, and then like who knows? But it's very realistic that Ernest Jones was like, I didn't want to leave there. I'm mad at them now, and I want to go kick their ass. Like I think that that's totally realistic.
yeah. I don't know, man. It sucks when you are like paid too much attention to a team, and then you see like the interpersonal relationships like get strained because these guys all know each other for years. Football is just an emotional sport. Um, it's just I hate it.
Yeah, but that's
I
also
hate it.
the
It's
whole thing of
imperfect.
it. And I say it all the time, and I still stand by it, man. Players come and go. The Rams are forever. You're not going to keep a team 100% year to year. That's not feasible. It's not realistic. It's also not how you build a winner. Why would you want every single person back when you didn't, go all the way? It's like from this year. It's like I love this football team. The 2025 Rams is one of those teams that I'll kind of remember in a certain way, but I want changes because we weren't good enough this year. So like, and there's going to be players. I like guys like Kobe Durant. I think he's cool as hell. Do I think he should leave? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I want to get better. Like, you know what I mean? So I'll rock with the next guy just as hard. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. And yeah, Cooper Cup. I mean, we all loved Cooper Cup, but let's call it what it is, man. He had one absolutely insane year, and the rest were pretty good. This year, they want to talk about like, oh, he's in the Super Bowl again, and all this stuff. He also ended with the second least receiving yards in his career, only behind 2018. So it's not like he's out there, and JSN obviously is a big factor of that, but it's not like he's out there being the reason that the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening here, but oh yeah.
Since you had just brought up wanting this team to get better,
Yeah.
figured I'd bring this up since we had a little bit of time. Here's a list of projected free agents. Obviously, this could change at a moment's notice. They could decide, hey, we'll bring this guy back on a 1-year deal. Hey, we'll sign this guy to a futures contract. But um, any names that stand out here where you say, hey, they absolutely need to bring this player back, or absolutely need to just not even look at him, upgrade the position. And then we'll talk about there's some guys still on rookie contracts who I want to ask you about too.
Yeah, so I actually did my full segment on who stays, who goes. That standalone video
Mhm.
will be out tonight on Ram Showcase on the YouTube channel. But I did do that. It's part of this most recent episode that I did that got published yesterday. So I've got all my picks in there. But as far as your list here, I mean, I don't know. How do we want to do this? Because I could fire off rapid fire just down this whole list. How do you want to go?
Go down the whole list. Hit me.
Tutu Atwell, he's got to go. Cameron Curl absolutely needs to stay. I think that that's a big one. Kobe Durant, I feel like he just goes. Not really any major desire to keep him. Jimmy Garoppolo, no reason not to bring him back. QB2 didn't even throw a pass this year. Might as well if we're going to keep Stafford. DJ Humphries, when he came in for AJ Jackson, did not look great. So I'm going to say that he goes. Just doesn't necessarily fit in for depth. Darian Kendrick, no reason to keep him. We already tried.
Would you say about Humphreys?
He can
Yeah,
go. He's out. Yep.
okay.
Getting older, and I think that we have a youth movement for our depth on the offensive line. which also you can mark out David Quesenberry on that as well. Okay, if I'll keep you on red here. Give me Ronnie Rivers. I don't think he returns. And
I think he
Akello
comes back.
Witherspoon.
I
We've
think
already
Ronnie
cut him,
Rivers
man.
comes
He
back.
came back last year, and then now we have Jarquez Hunter. So we got 3 backs. I don't think that he would want to come back. And then those other ones, like I said, Curl, I think he should return. Garoppolo, no reason not to bring him back. Roger McCreary is somebody I do think the Rams will want to try to keep around in that secondary, especially considering he was getting those late starts. Jake McQuaid, if he doesn't retire, I think he stays. And then Troy Reeder, there's just no evidence that the Rams want to move on from Troy Reeder. There is nothing that says that the Rams aren't interested in bringing back Troy Reeder. So I don't know. And then Nick Vannett, I'm going to say that he stays, and that's simply
Practice squad body.
Because I think that Tyler Higbee goes.
And just practice squad body. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think it hurts anything. It's not taking up a roster spot. You can almost say the same with Roger McCreary. Roger McCreary, who knows if he makes the roster next year if they massively overhaul and upgrade it, which we're all hoping. I would ask you, do you think they draft someone? But I know you don't really pay too much attention to the draft. I will do my best to do the heavy lifting on the draft analysis this offseason.
I can name one player that's going into the draft, and that's Mendoza.
Who's that?
That's it.
Mendoza?
Literally all I know. I don't know anything. I'm not a big college guy, so I think college is falling apart right now. I'm not. It's not as exciting for me to watch anymore, just the way it is right now. But that's why I don't know these guys. I just don't really pay attention.
Let's see, Devontae Adams. Obviously, we want him to stay. Parkinson, I think Parkinson absolutely needs to stay. Love what he does. Darius Williams, I'm saying cut bait with Darius Williams myself, to be honest.
Same. Yeah. Adams can obviously stay. He will stay no matter what. And nothing's going to happen with there. Parkinson probably is TE1 next year unless Ferguson really pops. And then, yeah, I think that we need some changes at corner for sure. It's one of those things. Rams House said it on First Down Rams, man. I think it was the perfect thing to say that last year at the same time, we were like, man, we got to get better at run defense, add Lamb and Ford. And then, so this year it's like, we got to get better in the secondary. So it feels very real that's something that the Rams will address this year.
Yeah. And I'm torn between, I'm watching the draft stuff and, there's a million different ways. Like everything's still raw to me. Like I'm just watching. Like my process is I just start watching college football highlights of like, okay, guys' names I know. Let me take a closer look, watch some highlights. And watching like Delane from LSU. He's an LSU cornerback, probably going to be the number 1 corner off the board. He's like a fringe top 10 guy. Watching him versus watching Darius Williams and their reaction time, it is night and day. And it's like, oh, that's insane. Because there was plays where JSN was against Darius Williams, and JSN would cut, and it's almost a whole second later, Darius Williams is then cutting, versus I watched this LSU kid and some other, college cornerbacks, and they're cutting with the wide receiver. Like the reaction time is just so much faster, and it's like, oh, if it was that simple, if like that was just the answer of like just getting guys that are twitchier, that'd be very frustrating to hear that they just didn't do anything this season. But I won't get back into that.
Well, and it's like, I mean, my actual like on-field experience is extremely minimal, but I remember when I was in high school playing, and I was corner and wide receiver, but I was more of a wide receiver. But there was like this moment where I'm we're just running some routes, so like that. I'm on defense, and the coach comes up to me and he goes, "Where are you looking when at the wide receiver?" And I was like, I don't know. He's like, pay attention to it. And so then I told him after next couple reps, like I'm on his eyes. And he's like, that's your problem. He's like, that's why you're cutting so slow. That's why you're not following. He's like, keep your eyes on the hips, man. Like that'll give you the tell a little bit earlier of where they're going, and you'll be able to react faster. First rep was like a massive difference in just seeing that. So it's like, it could be something so simple too. And I know that these guys are pros, and he probably knows certain tricks to stay on a wide receiver, but it's also one of those things. Sometimes you need to be reminded of certain things. Sometimes you get a little too into the weeds of trying to figure out what play they're running and stuff like that, and you kind of forget your fundamentals. And that's, I mean, That's literally a comment all the time of like, don't forget your fundamentals, because I think that when you get to the NFL and it gets so in depth, you can lose sight of those most basic things. And I think a lot of our corners did that. I think that Forbes went through waves of that. I think that D Will this whole season was just kind of like, he's better than this. What's going on here? And it was just super frustrating. And then Kobe Durant, streaky as hell. Akella Witherspoon, streaky as hell. He would have one game where like he has a play where you're like, how are you in the league? And then he has another play where you're like, that's how you're in the league, man. You're incredible. So I don't know, man. It's just, I just want to see some more consistency out of our corners.
No, yeah. And I do think a large part of it is coaching, if not just 50-50. And it's funny, Rams legend Adam Archuleta was on Twitter breaking down film. He was actually going through the secondary, trying to figure out the same thing. Like, is it players or is it scheme? And no, he didn't really have like a definitive, like, oh, this is the answer, because it's never that way in football.
Mhm.
But it's a good mix of both, to where the answer is yes. Like, what's wrong with the defense? Yes.
Well, it's because we don't know what's called. We don't know what they're being told to do. So that's where it's impossible.
Yeah. But the other thing I want to ask you, I think this is going to be probably debated up and down whether it happens or not. There's some guys that need new contracts because they're entering their final year of their rookie contract. Steve Avila, Kobe Turner, and Byron Young. Personally, I think Avila should play out his last year of the contract. Kobe Turner, sign him immediately. Byron Young, I think you let him play it out and show improvement in certain areas, or let him walk and test free agency after that year, no matter what. What do you think?
I'd say for Steve Avila, I'd say go ahead and give him a deal now. But I think that mainly I say that because I think that if you offered him a deal, you could get him at like kind of a budget. And if he comes in next year and is absolute on fire, that's unfortunate. Kobe Turner is one you need to lock in as quick as possible. So I would say I would hope to see a deal there. Byron Young, I love Byron Young. I would hope to see him stick around, but part of my brain is thinking that like I don't know, man. I keep on going to like, feels like the Rams may have a sell high kind of mentality when it comes to BY. Like, I don't know what it is, and there's no indicators saying that the Rams are going to trade him or anything like that, but I'm starting to feel like he may not be back. And I don't know, man. Like, that's just, I can't get it out of my head that I think that the Rams sell high on BY.
It's frustrating because we like all these players. Like, I love all these players
Mm-hmm.
personally. Like, I think they're great people.
Same.
I love their stories. But in terms of just, all right, what does a team need? I think BY's limitations as a player on the field when I watch it, him being very inconsistent when setting an edge, some of his like game time awareness, it feels like his inexperience, like his backstory kind of pops up on the field, where it's like, oh yeah, like even though he is a little bit older, he's had a little bit different path. Like, he hasn't had to play some of these big time moments, and that kind of shows sometimes. That, and he's a liability in the open field, whether it's coverage or tackling. And then same thing, I pop on the tape of a college guy, and guys like Zion Young out of Missouri. I know you haven't watched this, but I literally am watching. You remember Alden Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like literally just Alden Smith. Like, I'm watching this dude set the edge. It's like, oh crap. And I think Byron Young is like just a great second option, but I think he needs a counterpart to like dominate, so that way he can be really good. I don't think he's like a premier number one pass rusher guy. I don't think he is.
I think the reason that he popped this year was because so much attention went to Verse on the other side, in fairness.
Yeah. And the rest
where's
of the line,
as far as, because you're obviously a lot more into it than I am. I lied. I do know at least one more name for draft. It's just because it's one of my Aggies. But where's Cassius Howell sitting as far as projections go?
Let me see. Cassius Howell.
Because that kid's dope, dude. That guy's he's destructive, is how I would describe him. He is destructive to a pocket. Pockets are not safe when Howell's on the way, man.
He's a top 15 to 25 pick, so he's in a landing spot where the Rams probably could make a play for him. I haven't watched him too much. I do know I probably saw him in passing, like Texas A&M stuff. Like I said, I watched more than you, but I don't watch all of it. I thought you were going to mention the Texas Tech linebacker because that guy is good too. I think his name's Rodriguez.
No, I only watch A&M, honestly. That's the only college ball I watch.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing a little bit more. I couldn't bring myself to really dive into it. Like there's some people doing mock drafts. I'm like, dude, the body's warm. Like I haven't even finished morning.
Yeah. I also mock drafts are stupid, so there's also that part.
Yeah, it's all pretend and make believe, and it's very fun. But I will be diving into more of like individual players. And if you want a silver lining, it is a little bit fun this year because I think the consensus amongst Rams fans is overwhelmingly go defense in the first round, if not for both picks, but take best player available, which is something the Rams seem to never do. One, they never have first round pick, but BPA, best player available. Doesn't matter if you need the spot, just get the best guy if he's generational and because he's a playmaker on the field, you'll figure it out one way or another. I would love that, honestly.
I feel like the Rams have maybe not necessarily gone BPA as far as like the most recent drafts, but I think overall Snead is a very BPA kind of guy. As far as like you go back to like the Todd Gurley pick where we had Trey Mason and Zach Stacy on the roster at the time, and so running back wasn't necessarily a need. Obviously, when you have a guy like Todd Gurley, it's like get that guy because he's insane. But I don't know if you watched that, by the way. Teron Armstead has been doing a podcast, and he is an incredible host, and he's got some really dope guests, man. He had Todd Gurley on yesterday. That was the show that came out. Phenomenal conversation. I listened to that while I was making some images and stuff. It was very, very good show.
No, but I did discover James Harrison has one with Joe Hayden.
Nice.
Yeah.
First
random, but I love it. Like they spoke as if they're on the sideline. But I was like, oh, I need more of this.
I love that.
Yeah.
Muad'Dib is talking about IPAs, which is the worst kind of beer. I feel like if you like IPAs,
really, I took you as an IPA guy.
No, not even a little bit, man. IPAs taste like butt cracks, and I'm not here for any of that. So, no, I think that people lie when they say they like IPA. I think that people say they like IPAs to sound cool, and they don't. It's weird. You like
finally, you have to take this question.
You want to eat a pine cone, you friggin' weirdo? That's weird. Natty.
Yeah, what do you drink? Natty Ice?
No, I drink
Coors.
I drink all kind. No, I'm not a Coors guy at all.
It's the mountains. That's like literally your beer. It's meant for you. It's what it's supposed to be.
So what do you drink?
I don't drink beer. I drink liquor like an adult.
Okay, first of all, that's you don't know liquor at all.
I'm from Stockton, so Hennessy and pineapple was a go-to for me.
I'm a Scotch guy. Oh, you put stuff in your alcohol? That doesn't count then. I'm a Scotch guy. Scotch neat. Glenlivet. That's the number one.
It's not a psychopath. What are we talking about? Yeah.
Dude, whatever. I don't know. You don't know. But yeah, I drink all kinds of beers. Pacifico is usually on game days or Modelo's or something like that. Something for quantity beers, you know. Try to toss some back when I just want 1 billion of them. 1 million beers, please. Yeah. Fade out to beers. All right. I'm good with that. I'm good with that, man.
We can do that. Yeah. We can do that.
Let's go. What do you got?
So your mood. I get first round pick. I'm gonna keep it real simple, real easy. Barbecue, California. Give me Modelo. Modelo with a lime, dude. Barbecue.
Don't give me the lime. I'm limeless in my beers, but I'll piggyback that and just go Pacifico because if there's Modelo, there's probably Pacifico too.
One of my favorite cut beers, Michelob Ultra.
Okay, fair enough. If I'm just lounging, just give me a Miller.
Give you a Miller. Yeah. To please Muad'Dib because he is right. When it's a special occasion, when it's not just a Saturday, but it's a quinceañera, Modelo Negra. You spice it up a little bit. Like, we got the Negras in? Yeah.
Oh, man. That's awesome. You know what? When I'm feeling real crazy, and I'm just trying to show off maybe a little bit, give me an Arrogant Bastard.
You picked the worst ones too. Like at least say like say a Pliny the Elder. Say Space Dust. See, I know IPAs, just they're not that good. They're bitter.
Okay. I don't know what the hell that has to do with this, but
maybe I'm joining you.
Yeah, dude, IPA